decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback. And it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got it. Rush in.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in Week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
From the 31, Ryan. That's caught over the middle. Hooper. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Now Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A gain there of 21 yards.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play Wildcat quarterback for you as well.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 33.
Jim. Hey, Tuesday. Get up. Check. Watch twist. Watch go. Let it go.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
11.
Here's Ryan to throw. There goes a deep ball. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Ready. 25. Check. Watch 54. Me and you all day.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Vikings nothing.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Wide. 45.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And complete, right side to Cook. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down...
And he lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player... when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Check 25. 54. Ready? Check 26. Check 26. 25. Check 20. Hey, Tuesday. Check.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. Airing it out, looking for... Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Trey Waynes.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And now out comes Minnesota. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Move. Hot.
from the 16. Cousins. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
3rd and 6.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Forced out to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
But that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
A toss to Cook. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run again on first down. Cook. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense.
Play fake. Cousins. It's caught. Smith. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Cousins. That's caught by Treadwell. Touchdown, Vikings. Laquan Treadwell, 41 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me that's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check. Lucky. 51, down.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Domata Peko, the one to get him down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10.
Go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. The 20, 10, and he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
14, Falcons 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement.
Julio Jones all alone. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 77 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game.
For the extra point.
We've seen these two, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, connect quite a few times over the years. It never gets old.
It never gets old. Well, maybe for the defense it does, but not for us who are watching it. And Julio, every time he steps on the field, you can just about mark him down for 100 yards. That's about his career average per game. But think about this. Getting in the end zone has always been a struggle for him. He gets the big yardage, but he doesn't get the touchdowns. Not this time. No matter how many people were kicked in coverage, he found a way to beat it.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides, and it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
They're not ready for this. First.
To throw is Cousins. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tack McKinley. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. And he's going to go down again. Grady Jarrett, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
And it's fielded at the 34. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check 42. Hey, orbit. 42's the mark.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Connects with Sanu right side. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. 3rd and 2, now Ryan. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down. Spectacular catch turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3 and out. Ryan now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
Come get some. Come on, come get some. 21. Check safety, check safety.
A handoff. Devontae Freeman. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at... The 38.
You don't want no problem with me. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more coming.
Going to give to Freeman on the draw. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check, Mike 42. I'm trying to collect. Let him go.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a 1st down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
Check 45 to Mike. Man, I got you.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The sack coming from Adrian Claiborne off the edge. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throw left side on target to Thielen. Oh, he's got some breathing room. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Starting the third quarter with Cook. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The 21-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Cousins to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
First down, here's the run with Cook. He finds an opening past the 40. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
They run. Cook. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
2 times, 2 times. Even. 4 down, even. Black. Check 45 to Mike. Hey, Mike 7.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Buying time to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Cousins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. Coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Coverage by Keanu Neal.
Mike Zimmer's made his decision, and that decision is to try and go for this thing on 4th down. Now Cousins on 4th down. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Check, 59. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Good route here. Check 59, Mike. Hey, let's go. Mike to 59.
Back to the ground, Cook. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Brings up second and 7 at the 23-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
Double time.
Again, it's Cook. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Check the hot read.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Cousins able to connect with Treadwell for a Minnesota first.
Let's go, baby.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Hatch it. Gun.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Quaker Omaha. 61. Matchbox lights.
They run it again with Cook. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
I certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. The kick by Bryant is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on that,
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Bryant will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Protein spill.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Matt Ryan trying to lead the Falcons from behind. Last year in 16 starts, just 1 fourth-quarter comeback for the QB. Freeman again. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club and one we talk about all the time. In football, put you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Ryan. Getting it out left side to Sanu. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Freeman a 1st down and more. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. Tavecchio to add the PAT. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Falcons 21, Vikings 17.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Yellow. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
They go play action. Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Throwing, Cousins. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd down and 4. Ryan, Sanu with a grab over the middle. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
On 1st down, Freeman. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll run here with Freeman. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Ryan to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Hey, bye-bye. Hey, wahoo! I'm here all day. Mark 55, Mark 55. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
From the gun, Ryan. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
Now, this was still going to be a 1-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Wide. Get it.
Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. It's caught by Treadwell. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Cousins now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, exit.
Here's Cousins. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Tyler Davison hauling it off the edge to sack him. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Cousins. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. The Vikings on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Cousins. Open man as Thielen is complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check 4. Watch the distance. Hey, Foxtrot. 59. Mike's 59. Here we go.
Play action now. Cousins. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Incomplete. Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. What's that? 45 is the money. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip. What's that?
One last shot now for Cousins. And this is going to be caught. It's caught. And they've won the football game.
Brandon, you know I love boxing, right? You know I love big fights, right? I had given them the standing 8 count a few times along the way. And look at how this one ended.
Yeah, they had, well, I guess 9 lives, just like a cat, kept fighting, and they're in the end making the huge play to get the game winner.
I guess that's the epitome of you always have a puncher's chance.
Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Vikings, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.